Hi, this is Lucky Robin, and today I am canning diced tomatoes. I'll be using the pressure canner. Tomatoes can be water bath canned, but pressure canning is faster, and I want to get it done. So for this you will need your scalded lids, and your diced tomatoes. Now, of course, I didn't show dicing the tomatoes because anyone who's canning knows how to dice tomatoes at this point, I think, or anyone who's learning to can knows how to dice tomatoes. And if you don't, you just cut them up into pieces the size you want. These are my million pears, these are my black crim, and these are the ones I got from the farm. So you'll need a canning funnel, a magnet, something to debubble with. I still can't find my debubbler, so I'm just using one of the old Tupperware orange peelers. You'll need your canning salt. I'm doing pints, so I need a ½ teaspoon. If you were doing quarts, you would need a whole teaspoon to measure your salt. You'll need a ladle. You'll need lemon juice, and you'll need a tablespoon measure. Pints will get 1 tablespoon, quarts would get 2. You'll need your rag for wiping the rims, or a wet paper towel. You'll need a jar lifter, either a second ladle or a measure for dipping the water. This is the hot water. I'm doing a raw pack, so if I were doing a hot pack, I would have cooked the tomatoes in boiling water for 5 minutes first. Alright, I've got my 2 hot wash sterilized jars. Put my canning funnel in. I'm going to start by putting my lemon juice in the bottom. A lot of people put this on the top, but I tend to forget if I leave it till the end. So I put it in first. So 1 tablespoon per pint jar. And then ½ teaspoon of salt. And this all bubbles up around. And this just helps with the acidity. My tomatoes are probably very acid, and it's probably fine, but you just don't want to hedge your bets too much. So I was hoping to have a full jar of yellows, but it doesn't look like I do. So I will top these off with the black crim. And then I will dip my measure in my boiling water and fill these jars until they have about 1 inch of headspace, and then debubble. And there will be a lot of bubbles in diced tomatoes. And top it off if it needs it. Take your washcloth, go around, and you can use vinegar on this if you want to. I use water on things that don't have fat or meat, but vinegar on things that do have fat or meat. Some people just like to use vinegar regardless. Put on a scalded lid. And these will go into the canner. And this canner needs to have 2 quarts of water in the bottom. Right now I've only got 1 quart in there. And now there's 2 quarts in there. Alright, I've got 9 pints in the canner. This canner will hold 9 narrow mouth pints or 8 wide mouth pints. So, alright, lid goes on. We want to make sure the arrow and the indentation line up. And then I'll fasten the fasteners at a diagonal, which I can't do holding the camera. And then I'll show it to you when it's done. Okay, it's fastened all the way around. I'm going to turn the heat on. Too high. Woo! Stove does that sometimes. And when it starts to vent, then we will time it for 10 minutes and put the weight on. Alright, we have a solid stream venting, so now there's the timer for 10 minutes. Alright, it's been venting for 10 minutes and I want to put it on 10 pounds of pressure. And then we'll wait for that to rise up to the 10. And then we'll start timing. But I am going to turn this down to where I know it goes. If I leave it on high, the pressure will go up between 15 and 20, and I don't want that. And you'll learn where your spot is on your stove through trial and error. Alright, it started rocking and it is at 10 pounds of pressure. So now we can start timing it, and pints take 20 minutes. If I were doing quarts, it would be 25. Alright, pressure's down. I've undone these. Again, kitty corner from each other, but I can't really show that on camera right now. But you've seen it in previous videos. Crack the lid, open it away so the steam goes away from you. And there we go. 9 jars. Use our jar lifter. And take them out, and they're floating, but they'll come back down. And over there. Okay, there we go. 9 pint jars of tomatoes diced, and time to start on the next batch. Alright, so I got a total of 15 jars all together.